be your guide. I've already told some of you, but I'll just reiterate that your feet are probably going to get wet in this trip. These boats are designed to let water in, and then once water's in, it's going to go back out. And for that reason, it can actually come up through the floorboards. So right now I'm going to swing us around backwards. I'm going to take a look back at Table Rock. We've been launching boats from this location since 1873. This is one of the oldest tourist attractions in America. Some people call it the Grand Canyon of the East. So to get those boats back upriver, what we did is we had these concrete on the side with the pipes sticking out. Those pipes held pulleys on them that would bring those boats back upriver. Now in '96 we had a couple of floods that came through the area, did a lot of damage. The second flood actually destroyed most of our pulleys, so that's when we switched over to rafting instead of using the boats. It's going to be about 60 feet deep. Now the bridge above us is called the Grand Flume Bridge. That's the area we're entering now in the river. The Grand Flume Bridge is approximately 130 feet in the air above us. Last year Hurricane Irene came through. Actually it was Tropical Storm Irene by the time it reached here. The floodwater created from that storm reached within 10 feet of that bridge. To put some chicken fingers out on that. Although, unfortunately, just last week I was looking at the banquet shelf and there was a mouse on it. Something's got to give here, guys. Going underneath there because it was all ripped out when floodwaters came through. So where that tree line begins is pretty much an indicator of the high water mark. It's us giving the impression we're looking uphill. On the right hand side of the, well, now it's almost in front of us, we have another gorge where there was a waterfall. We call this one the Broken Needle. You can see about halfway up there the column's broken off, it's leaning against the side. Now luckily we were planning on that happening, so we scrambled up and put that piece of wood in there to hold it in place. Actually, that happened about 100 years ago actually, and nobody was here when it actually happened. Water got in a crevice on the left hand side, and during the winter it froze, created enough pressure to break that column right off. On the boat, we tuck our feet under the seat in front of us. Make sure your feet are tucked in. Alright, we need some paddle forward. Here we go! Okay, now get your paddles ready! And that's the rapids! Little bump here. somebody's camera on the river over there. It's one of my favorite sections of the river here. In front of us, up on the chasm wall, you can see a structure. That's a little shelter there. It's the first trolley stop that you can take to get back to the main building. There's a couple of trails up there too, the Rim Walk Trail and the Dry Chasm Trail that you can take instead. There's actually 2 trolley stops, so you can either wait at that one or you can walk about 20 minutes to a second trolley stop. Now underneath that trolley stop and to the right, there's kind of like a V shape, upside down V or an A. Now that's where 2 plates of the earth are meeting together. They're shifting in slightly different directions, resulting in a fault line. A lot of the chasm itself is the result of earthquake activity thousands of years ago.